Hello everyone, welcome to yet another episode of Wazesha Binte Gallup Show. I am Leslie.
And I'm Kate.
And Kate, do you know, this is still the Menstrual Awareness Month. And being a menstrual awareness month, I want us to discuss some key pointers to do with our mental health and our menstrual period and link that together. And we're going to be discussing about our mental wellness during our menstrual cycle. So,
oh wow, that's quite amazing because guys, you know, this is quite an important pointer in every woman's health, mental health. And yet it's overlooked most of the time.
Yes, it's very much overlooked.
All right, to start with, Leslie, you know, during that whole menstrual cycle, we undergo hormonal changes.
Yes.
And this fluctuation of hormones during our cycle leads to production of
estrogen and progesterone.
Good stuff. So you know your stuff,
Yes.
And you know, this affect our mood swings. They affect our the way we relate with people. It affects our mood swings. So you see, it ends up to be in a point whereby we become irritable.
I'm always irritated most of the times. I'm so moody most of the time.
I know. So you see, that's part of a cycle that we go through. So once as a woman you understand that these are changes that I'm going through, you understand and actually acknowledge that you see during this cycle at this particular time, you know, at that point just understand yourself. Sit down and understand your moods. You see, before my cycle starts, I become irritable. My sleeping patterns changes. You know, there's a lot that happens in a woman's, like when your emotional balance changes. So once you understand yourself and acknowledge that, it is easy for you to prepare yourself psychologically and to realize that, you know what, it's just for a period. It doesn't last forever. So it's a very nice emotional coping mechanism for women to, when they understand that this emotional state that I'm in right now won't last forever. I think it's better to be prepared where you are mentally aware that, like you said, like this situation, like this season is my cycle season and this is how I know I am. And it's important to have those measures and mechanisms that even though I am moody, even though I am not, you know, feeling in the right state of mind, that I still can be able to like cope and with my surroundings and even with myself. Of course, Leslie. And another thing is recognizing the premenstrual syndrome. This is what is normally called PMS. And you see, when we were young and we were playing in the field and you hear boys say like, well, later PMS, like don't bring your PMS to me, you know, stuff like that. PMS is basically the physical and emotional symptoms that you experience, and it comes just before your periods. You have mood swings, you're irritable, you know, such kind of things. I think you know the kind of things you experience. Everyone's experience is different.
It's different,
and as we have said before, we have to recognize those feelings. And during PMS, it's good to have self-compassion and understand that, you know what, I am going through this. I have to really be patient with myself and practice self-care tips and not set boundaries, because, you know, sometimes when people say stuff like the kind of things I was telling you boys used to say when we were young, you get hurt, you know. So you have to definitely. And you know already your mood is out there. So it's good to also set boundaries during that time of PMS.
Okay, that is very insightful, honestly. It's good to set the boundaries and also like just give yourself that compassion. Another
thing we can do to cope with PMS is maybe to have a social support system, you know. In school, maybe I have a few girls you can talk to freely about what you're going through. And you know, once you share, it validates your feelings. You actually recognize that, you know, I'm not the only one who goes through this. It's normal. And you know, you don't feel like you're different. You know, no one wants to like be different from everybody else. It's lonely to be different.
It's lonely to be different.
So definitely, so I think it's quite insightful if when you're experiencing this PMS mood swings to have friends, a social support group. Even if you don't have, if you're in school, have your friends. At home, maybe you have a big sister you can talk to, or your mother. Don't go through this alone.
And communicate, like let your family know that this is I just need my peace of mind. And it's honestly difficult when you're going through your periods, and I don't think everybody really understands.
I know.
Yes, but just communicate and say, okay, this time she just needs some self-love, and and just leave her alone at this season.
And something else that but basically it's just a small percentage of people who go through this, something called PMDD. It's something called PMDD, premenstrual dysphoric disorder. And during this PMDD, it's basically, I can explain it like extreme PMS. It's extreme because it hinders you from running your daily chores, just running your daily routines. And the problem is sometimes when you get someone who is going through this and they feel like, you know what, this is just too much for me to carry, and you don't want to share. It can really affect your mental wellness as a lady, as a woman. And it's the only way you can maneuver through this is by seeking therapy and seeking help. Seek help. Don't keep quiet. Communicate, talk. There are very many solutions out here for such, because you're not alone. Even if it's a small percentage of ladies who go through this, trust me, like there's always a solution. There are people who are trained to help you in that kind of a situation. So let's just take care of our mental well-being as ladies.
It's important. Just seek help. Like if you're struggling, don't struggle alone. I mean, there's platforms in which you can get help for free, and it's important for your mental health to be at its good state. So I think
and you see, when you're in a very good mental health, you're able to be happy with yourself. You'll be able to even relate with people easily, because it's quite a difficult time. And even our brothers and our fathers and our friends should actually definitely understand us during this time, because our emotions are all over the place. Yes,
for sure. So I think, do you have anything else to say?
What I can say is, ladies, practice self-care tips. Just practice taking care of yourself. Just take a walk, do some light exercises, do some self-love, anything that you do, and then it multiplies your dopamine. Ensure you do it so that you can be in a good mood, in as much as whatever is happening, and your period should not stop you from living your life or achieving your dreams, for that matter.
Periods are not the end of it, so don't let it be a period. Just get out of your comfort zone, do the things that you love to do. Like Kate said, you can have some self-care tips. Get that facial. It doesn't have to be an expensive facial. You can do a homemade mask and all these kind of things, just to lift up your mood. So that's important. So I think that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed and had some insight on mental wellness and your monthly cycle. Till next time, bye.
To this.